As Africa continues to urbanize and develop at a rapid pace, the cost of living in its major cities has surged, driven by factors such as economic growth, infrastructure development, real estate demand, and shifts in currency strength. While the continent is often associated with affordability, some African cities now rival global urban centers in terms of living expenses. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the high-rise luxury of Cape Town, the financial demands of life in these metropolises can be surprisingly steep. In this video, we shall explore the top 10 most expensive cities to live in Africa 2025, based on housing costs, transportation, food prices, and overall consumer expenses. 10. Marrakesh, Morocco. The cost of living index in Marrakesh is 39.94. Marrakesh is one of the biggest and most populated cities in the country. The average amount of rent in Marrakesh is $794. This makes it 58% cheaper than Paris, which is the most expensive city in the world to live in. Marrakesh is a major economic center in Morocco with a population of over 1 million. It is known as the City of Luxury since it has the most expensive 5-star hotels, gardens, and royal cuisines. This big city literally gives you the best view of Morocco. It is also the first choice of expats living in Morocco. 9. Durban, South Africa. South Africa is home to many of the most expensive cities in the world. Durban is only one of them. The mega city is known for its vacation atmosphere. Durban has a lot of beaches, surf centers, and more interestingly, it has the biggest container ports in Africa, making it an attraction for many. The cost of living index in Durban is 40.33. The average person living in this city spends $585 monthly. When compared to the 23 Rand per hour minimum wage existing in South Africa, the cost of living is on the high side. Durban is however 86.95% cheaper to live in than New York, which is the most expensive city to live in the world. 8. Cape Town, South Africa. South Africa is definitely one of the most expensive countries to live in. It's no wonder most of its cities appear on the list of the most expensive places to live in Africa. Cape Town is regarded as one of the most expensive cities to live in Africa due to its high demand for real estate, especially in affluent areas like Camp Bay and Clifton, where property prices rival those in global luxury markets. The city's popularity as a tourist destination also drives up the cost of living, particularly sectors like accommodation, dining, and inflation. The cost of living index of Cape Town is 40.98, making it 9.89% cheaper than Dakar, Senegal. Cape Town is known for its Table Mountain and Cape Point, harbor, and natural setting. It is a top choice for tourists all around the world, and despite the fact that it is an expensive place to live, expats troop into the city from time to time either on a vacation or work basis. The cost of living in Cape Town has only gone higher over the past few years, and projections for later years show that the city may soon top this list. 7. Gaborone, Botswana. Gaborone is known as both the economic and government capital of Botswana. It is popularly appreciated for its game reserves. It is also the largest city in the country by population. Gaborone is considered one of the most expensive cities to live in Africa due to a combination of elevated housing costs, comparatively high prices for everyday goods and services, and rising utility fees. The cost of living index in Gaborone is 42.7. This makes it 69% cheaper to live in than the Paris, which is one of the most expensive cities to live in the world. The average cost of living in the city without rent is estimated to be about $600. 6. Pretoria, South Africa. Pretoria is home to notable skyscrapers and jacaranda trees along its major roads. This is yet another city in South Africa on the list of the most expensive places to live in Africa. The cost of living index in Pretoria is 42.76, just a little above Gaborone. This popular South African city is way cheaper to live in compared to New York. Statistics show that the standard of living for the average person living in the city is around 39,000 rands. Pretoria may be one of the most expensive places in Africa, but it cannot be compared to New York. 5. Johannesburg, South Africa. Johannesburg is South Africa's biggest city and the 5th most expensive city to live in Africa, with a cost of living index of 44.87. The city is known for its history in gold mining and is known as the financial backbone of South Africa. In comparison with New York, Johannesburg is about $5,000 cheaper to live in. The city is home to South Africa's only stock exchange, the Johannesburg Securities Exchange. The high cost of living in the city is not a surprise, considering its rank as the most populous city in South Africa. 4. Harare, Zimbabwe. Harare is the most populous city in Zimbabwe with a cost of living index of 45.69. The city is most popular for having one of the highest numbers of embassies in the southern part of Africa. It is also the location of the African headquarters of the World Health Organization. Considering the overpopulation in the city, the cost of living does not come as a surprise. Harare is the fourth most expensive city to live in Africa. The cost of living in Harare is over $4,000 cheaper than the cost of living on the same terms in London. Harare is also home to Borrowdale, one of the top residential places for elites in Zimbabwe. 3. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire is home to one of the most expensive places to live in Africa, which is Abidjan. This city is the capital and largest city in the Ivory Coast. The city gained popularity after it completed the Vridi Canal in 1951 and became an important seaport in the continent and the world at large. The cost of living index in Abidjan is 47.06, not so far from the most expensive city in Africa. Abidjan holds 20% of the entire population of Côte d'Ivoire, making it the most populated city in the country. It is also home to many tourist attractions like La Pyramide, a ziggurat-like building, among others. Despite the mass population, Abidjan is a beautiful place to live in. 2. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The cost of living in Ethiopia is only 34% lower than in the United States. Addis Ababa has its cost of living index at 50.49, only a few points away from the top most expensive city in Africa. This is highly expected as the city is popularly known as the political capital of Africa as a whole, as a result of its historical significance in the continent. It is the economic hub of Ethiopia with the presence of museums and several major universities. Addis Ababa is 72% less expensive than New York in terms of cost of living, and that's still far from being on the list of the top 10 most expensive cities in the world. Dakar, Senegal. The capital of Senegal, Dakar, is the most expensive place to live in Africa. A closer look at the consumer goods prices in 2022 ranked Dakar above Addis Ababa, which is only a little cheaper to live in than Dakar. A single person's cost of living in the Senegalese capital is estimated at $639 monthly. The index score for the cost of living in Dakar is 50.87, making it first on the list of the most expensive places to live in Africa. Despite this figure, Dakar cannot be compared to the city of New York as the cost of living index in New York is 168.6. However, Tel Aviv is the most expensive place to live in the world with a cost of living index way than that of New York and London. So, there you have it, viewers. The top 10 most expensive places to live in Africa 2025. Make sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching this one, catch you all in the next.